Hi, hello, namaste. Welcome back to Needs of Children. In this session, we are going to get the information about 8th Standard English Medium Sociology Lesson number 1, Introduction to Sociology. Let's come to what are the very important learning points from the lesson Introduction to Sociology. In this chapter, you learn very important points like origin, meaning, nature, scope and importance of sociology, the relationship between sociology and other social sciences, early Western sociologists, among that Auguste Comte, Karl Marx, Emile Durkheim, Max Weber, and the prominent Indian sociologists like B.R. Ambedkar, G.S. Ghurre, M.N. Srinivas, C. Parvathamma, Iravati Karve, and A.R. Desai. Okay, let's come to the introduction for the lesson Introduction to Sociology. The life of human being is fascinating one because human beings have always tried to understand the environment, nature and self-created social world since ages deeply and accurately. Human beings are different from other animals and are intellectual beings. So that's obviously true because of when compared to human beings to animal beings, human beings are different. That's first and foremost thing, intellectual things between the human beings and animal beings. Apart from this, there are a lot of differences between animals and human beings, like apparent differences in body structure and rate of growth. So as the body structure, if we are identified between the human beings and animal beings, as the rate of growth, food consumption, as the rate of growth between the human beings and animal beings, food consumption. So as either it is or omnivorous, carnivorous, the food consumption is entirely different between the human beings and animal beings. Very importantly, creativity. So we can notice with only the human beings, and evolution in brain can be noticed. That evolution in brain, we cannot identify that is in animal beings. The human society has evolved stage by stage. It is attempting to know more about the neighboring planets with the help of advanced science and technology. In these are all the aspects, human beings are stands in the highest level when compared to animal beings. So as the differences we are identified between the human beings and animal beings, so here is human beings are social beings. How this concept? The relationship between the individual and society are unique because there is no society without individual and there is no individual without society. If one thinks generally whether an individual can live alone on the earth, so what's your answer? Obviously, think over it. Since a human being is a social being, because he always longs to live with other human being, he cannot live alone. So just imagine yourself, is it possible to live alone? The social living is necessary for the well-being and growth. That is the reason human society is called as a web of social relationships. one or the other way we are dependent on each other. For example, if we are wake up in the morning, from there onwards, the communication, the social being concept will be attached with the society. We needs to be the milk. So we are dependent on the breakfast, clothes, water. So whatever the essential things are, we need it. Those are all we will get with the help of community, with the help of society. So that human beings are social beings. We cannot separate from the human beings with the society. Yes, let's come to the after human beings are social beings. Now the meaning of sociology. The word sociology originates from two words. One, it is socius of Latin language and logos of Greek language. Here the word socius means companion, whereas logos means science or study. That is the concept of the meaning of the word sociology. So here, thus sociology is the science of human society. So finally, we can give the concept, the meaning of sociology is the science of human society. Here are some of the definitions for the sociology. The father of sociology, Auguste Comte, is giving the definition for sociology. According to him, sociology is the science of social phenomena. Subject is the natural and invariable laws, discovery of which is the object of investigation. This is according to Auguste Comte. Sociology is the science of social phenomena. It's a very important phenomena, nothing but it is a very important subject to the natural and invariable laws. So what the laws are there, they will be, we cannot withstand, they will be continuous, natural and invariable laws, the discovery of which is the object of investigation. So that is the concept, or according to Auguste Comte, the concept of the sociology. And next, Max Weber. According to him, sociology is study of social behavior. In a very simple manner, Max Weber expressed that sociology is the study of social behavior. And the next, one more sociologist named called as Emile Durkheim. According to him, sociology is the science of social institutions. Social institutions. Family is a social institution. School is a social institution. Marriage is a part of social institution. Bus stop is a social institution. So these are all the community based, we are going to be called as the social institutions. So according to Emile Durkheim, is giving the concept about the sociology is the science of social institutions. So in general, we can define sociology as the study of human society. It is the study of human society. That is, in general, we can give the definition. So these are the definitions of sociology. Let's come to the origin of sociology. The concept of sociology, how it came into existed. Let's come to the about the origin of sociology. The beginning of sociology as an independent and separate field of science was during the middle of 19th century. It became a specific science in the later 50 years. So in the beginning of the sociology, it is an independent and separate field of the sociology. But when it comes to, that is the concept of during the 19th century. Whereas in the 50 years back, I mean later 50 years, it is become as a specific science. Though other social sciences like history, political science, economics, psychology and others have longer history, they were recognized as overall social sciences during the 18th and 19th centuries. So this was due to the industrial and French revolutions. The intellectual stimulation provided by Renaissance and other movements of 16th and 18th resulted in the origin of sociology. This is how the concept of sociology came into existed. The two important events, one it is industrial revolution and another one French revolution, are the major moments the existence of origin of sociology. So let's come to the about scope of sociology. What is the scope of sociology? What it is going to be studied? Sociology studies human society. It studies human social life, social relationships, social institutions and social process. It studies human social life, how man is become as a human being is a social being. How it is, this is we used to be called as human social life and social relationships. What kind of relationships we are going to be identifying in a family? Husband and wife, father and mother, father and son, mother and daughter, brother and sister, grandfather, grandchildren. So as these are all the relationships, not only in the family, outer side of the community like neighbors, friends, colleagues. So these are all the relationships we are going to be identify as the scope of sociology. As I told, social institutions, marriage, school, bus stops, cinema, theater, marriage halls, marriage. So these are all best examples for the social institutions. And social process, the child evolving into the society. This process is called as social process. So these are all the subject matters of the sociology. So let's come to the about nature of sociology. Sociology has a unique place among all the social sciences. Either it is a history, either it is a political science, either it is a economics, psychology. But among that other social sciences, it will be have a unique place. Sociology is different from other social sciences due to its unique nature, and it is considered as an independent and separate field of study. So that what are those the features of sociology? Let's come to the nature of sociology. Among that, the first one is called as sociology is a social science, not a physical science. Sociology is a definitive study but not a directive study. Sociology is a pure science, not an applied science. Sociology is an intangible science and not a tangible science. And the fifth one, sociology is a general science, not a special science. So let's come to the in detail, we are going to be get it. So the nature of sociology. Among that, the first one, sociology is a social science, not a physical science. Sociology belongs to a group of social sciences and not to the group of physical sciences. It studies social life and activities of human society. It also has a close relationship with other social sciences like history, political science, economics, psychology and anthropology. That is the reason it is considered as a social science, not a physical science. And the second one, it is a sociology is a definitive study but not a directive study, because the subject matter of social study is human society, so that it never engages in how it should be studied. It does not engage in value judgments. It aims at objective study only. Sociology remains neutral in value based aspects. That is the reason it is called as the definitive study, not a indirect study. And the third one, sociology is a pure science, not an applied science. That means sociology is interested in objective study that results in the formation of empirical body knowledge only. So it is not an applied science which is interested in experiments on human beings. We cannot do the experiments, so that it is a pure science. It cannot be applied. It cannot be, experiments cannot be applied on human beings. So that is the reason it is a pure science, not an applied science. And the fourth one, sociology is an intangible science, not a tangible science. It is a theoretical. Intangible means theoretical. It's not a tangible. That means exact science. It is not a, we cannot do the experiment. Sociology is an intangible science and not a tangible. Intangible means practical, theoretical. We cannot do the experiments because sociology is not interested in some of the tangible aspects of human life. It has interest in the form and pattern of human events. It has no interest in any specific battle or revolution like history. In history, it is going to be study the particular battles, the particular revolutions. For example, either it is a French Revolution, either it is a Industrial Revolution. The specific battles like Kalinga War, Anglo-Mysore War, Battle of Buxar, Battle of Plassey. So those are all the subject matters of history, but we cannot study that concepts in sociology. It considers these events as patterns and forms of social conflict and subjects them to a scientific study. So it considers these events as a patterns. Whatever the events are there, those are all the events are considered as the patterns and forms of social conflicts. Then further, it is considered as a subjects them to a scientific study. That is the concept of sociology. At last, sociology is a general science, not a special science. Among all the social sciences, only sociology studies the general interactions involving human beings like religion, politics and economy, moral and intellectual aspects. That is the reason it is called as the general science, not a special science. And it has a wider scope than other social sciences because of its subject matters are like that. It has a wider scope than the other social sciences. Okay, so these are the nature of sociology, the features of sociology. I hope till now what we have discussed, you have understood all the concepts. If you are having any doubts related to till now what we have discussed, please comment in the comment box and I will come back with the next video, next session. Until, keep watching my channel. Thank you. See you in the next session. Bye bye.